Al Spath. It's July 15th. I'm over at True Poker. I'm gonna try with $5 at max to sit and play here. See if we can't get to $10. That's the goal. Double the money. Try to build that bankroll up. Normally play a full flush poker. You can find the banners on my Twitch GPL page here. Please join. Also at heartbeatpoker.net. You can join there and join there to enjoy some of the free rolls that they offer, besides the ones that Full Flush offers. Heartbeatpoker.net offers them, and also money added and special events. They also have Ace High Radio where they broadcast. So it's a great package. Hope check them out. Meanwhile, back here at this game, because nobody's deep in money, and you can see the only person that's really deep is the 12 and the 23. Now, I don't know how long this person's been here, but if they're at $23, we have to suspect that they know what they're doing. Because they've not only doubled up, they've doubled up and then doubled up and then almost another time. So they've either won luckily or they're very good. And I'd like to, until they prove to me that they're lucky, I'd like to think that they're good. And so I'll mark them in my head as someone to watch in this particular case. Anytime somebody bets out 10 cents, I kind of disrespect that kind of bet. You can see right there they didn't have anything. You're not going to do anything with a min bet there. So we're looking for cues at the table. We're looking for bet sizes. We're looking for position type bets. We're trying to see what people are doing. When you set mine, when that means that if you have a pair like I do and you're trying to make a set on a flop, you got to be careful that somebody does have the money. You have to have at least 10 times the amount of the bet. So in this case, he's got the $3. I'm going to give him a call because if I catch a 4, I'm hoping to double up through him. It's a lot of money to spend with the 4s. Now, if he's got ace, king, or ace, queen, I still might be able to take this away from him. Blinds are always deciding whether or not to defend the money. Remember, when you put the money out there, it doesn't belong to you anymore. Just get rid of it. So I think he's going to bet in this particular case. Probably 36 cents, and I'll probably go over $1. He'll only stay if he has a high diamond. If he doesn't bet, then I definitely will bet 75 cents. Okay, so I am going to go over him to $2 right here, although I only have 460. He can't stay unless he has a diamond. And he does. And so I have a diamond, but he's saying he has 2. Now, I want to illustrate some things, so I might lose some money here. He may not have a diamond. He just wants me out of there because he's got an overpair. So I've got a 4, which may be good. So let's see. He does have a diamond, so I'm crushed unless I get, and I'm crushed. I would have to get the 4, okay? So in that particular case, we'll do it. I'll have to sit out one hand. In that particular case, you know, he had a great hand. And with the board the way it was, with the king of diamonds as a redraw, you can't blame him for doing what he did. See if they'll give me some money back here. All right, 6-8. Well, remember we said that he had a bunch of money, and he proved us right. He had the money. Didn't even listen to my own chat, did I? Shame on me. But I did want to demonstrate to you. Sometimes people will do that. They won't have a diamond. They'll try to push you off of it, and you could win with a 4, or you could win with a diamond. In this particular case, he had it. So it's a good demonstration for you. Sucks to be me and lose the $5, but that's okay. I'm here to to show different aspects, and winning is not the only aspect that you're going to see. You have to see failures as well, because we're all going to make, a bad mistake or a mistake at the tables. So 8-10 is not a bad hand, but we're in big blind, so we're out of position. We really don't want somebody to raise here. We'd love to see a flop, and we'd love to have a 7-9 on the flop. 2 8s, 4 and 8-10. We'll get all our money in because we're so short stacked with 2 pair, and hope to take a race against anybody that has an overpair. In this case, we have nothing. Ace reg usually limps. Bets, wins. 2-6 is not worth much of anything. Easy fold. Position, but no cards. Again, we're looking at around the board and we're trying to determine what other people have. Somebody that limps has usually got a suited connector. They usually have an ace reg or an ace suited ace low, mid pair, bottom pair. They usually don't have big cards. This person here putting 40 cents in usually will have the ace jack or better at this low level. Easy fold. If this person did in fact have the ace jack or better, they will bet 75 cents or something, only half the pot. If this person has a good ace, they're going to come over the top. Or if they had an ace rag and hit the rag, they come over the top. If they have no ace at all, they'll go away. Now we have 3 clubs on the board, and that stops this person right away. This person should bet. He does, or she does, and wins the pot. So 9-10 is not a bad hand. These lower limits, you really want to see some flops with these kind of hands. They make for big pots. I don't like to go with a min raise, so let's just do 25 cents. Not a great hand. Just playing my position here. We got one caller, maybe a second caller here. So we hit nothing again. So with 2 opponents, the only thing we can do is maybe continuation bet and try to take it away from him. He bets out. Again, it's not a good bet on his part. He says he has a little bit of it, but how much does he have it, and does he have the guts to stick? No, he doesn't. This is just a bad hand, any way you look at it. Person, Mr. Poker 101, likes to limp. Now that guy's going to raise. He should raise it up to 30 cents. I would think that this person put 10 cents in will put the other 10 cents in. Continue to bet the min bet. Hardly anybody's going to go away with bet min bets. It's not to say that Mr. Poker doesn't have 2 diamonds. It just doesn't appear that way. Now we'll find out if he's got a king or an ace. That's a blocking bet there on the end. And Mr. Poker is going to lay it down or call and lose with his king or queen or king or jack of diamonds. That's another easy fold. Sometimes it's a little slower on these tables. People are playing multi-tables, and so they're just not paying attention. They're distracted in somewhat, as I do sometimes with the chat screen here. I still haven't learned, how to move this thing to where I need it to be. So I apologize. So Stack and Truda made it 30 cents again. We said he's a good player. He should be betting probably 70 cents. He's going to just go with about half the pot here. It's not bad. I prefer 2/3 or 3/4. We have another all-in from the same gentleman. Now, we don't know if he's buying the pot or if he really hit with 2-3 and made the straight. He doesn't want the flush to come, or if he has an ace-4, ace-5. Doubt if he has just an ace. Stack Intruder's made all that money not by calling these type bets, so I doubt if he'll call. There's no sense risking it. The guy may have lucked into it. He did call a 30-cent bet pre-flop, so this gentleman could have had like an ace-3 suited or an ace-4 suited, or a pair of threes or a pair of fours and hit a set. So I'm going to raise this up again to 25 cents. Don't like the buttons, the configuration here. Full Flush has a better system of using the pot button, 3/4, 2/3. This one is very weak. For being around so long, you'd think they would have improved it by now and listened to the customers. So now he just min raised. When you min raise or raise out of the blinds, you're really solid. So I would imagine this guy's solid. I can't go away for 15 cents. I'm going to really have to hit this hand hard or I'm going to get my clock cleaned. That's a very good flop for me. He checks it. I'm going to just check it as well. If I can take a free card here. Don't want the diamond to come, of course. Nobody's betting the diamonds. And I don't have anything anyhow. So let's see if anybody has a diamond. Guess not. They checked awful fast. Sometimes you can read tells by speed of people getting out of the way of something. This is a definite fold hand. You got to keep the same mental attitude when you're at the table. You can't let a bad hand or a bad play get under your skin and fester there and think about that. You just got to keep moving on, playing smart as you can play. Again, I'm going to raise here to 25 cents. They're not going to put me on the 10s, although it's a little bit under the gun. They will put me on a pretty good hand here. Another min raise, this time from somebody that's got plenty of money. Again, I'll call, if I catch the 10, I'll check to the person unless the board is very wet and then try to trap them. But it's unlikely my 10s are going to hold up here with these two players in. Of course, if this guy made a bigger raise here, I'd throw the 10s away. That's not the best flop that I would want here. This guy raised and is going to bet with his queens or kings or aces. He's going to come over the top. It's an easy fold for the 10s. He's folding too. He was continuation. Even though he didn't raise. Yeah, he did raise, so he was continuation betting. Most of the people in early position that raise generally have ace king, ace queen. Now as these people fold, the people that come in here have ace 10, king jack, even king 10 suited, ace 9. The further you get back, first in, the wider the range of hands. So don't, I mean, he or she could have, or he or she could have kings, but unlikely that that's the case. So adjust your thinking from where the person is raising from. Putting players on hand is an important and integral part of this game. Now, because I'm out of position, I probably won't call a big raise here. And I say big raise relative to the limits. 20, 25 cents, I'm out of position. They're okay cards, but I really have to hit. I can't hit just the 9 or the 10. I'm going to get beat. So now I'm just going to do the same 25-cent bet here into my opponent. I'm being the aggressive one at the table. Okay, so I got top pair. 30 cents seems a little light to me. Let's go 45. Just under the pot bet. He called quickly. We got the straight, but there's a flush on the board. Let's go 2/3 of the pot and see what he does. Tough decision if he both pushes here. He didn't push. So let's go $2 and see if he does it now. He did not. I don't know on this thing if it shows you, if you can tell what your opponent had the last hand. Since I'm going to fold this one here, let's just take a look, see what happens. I don't know if it, no, it doesn't show. Okay. Maybe I don't know how to do it. It could be that as well. This is a Jack 4. It's also called a flat tire. What's Jack 4? Easy to fold. That should be its real name, easy to fold. Easy to fold. Should be a lot of cards that have that nickname. Took a long time to put that bet in there. Now, as you look around the tables, it's 30 cents. There's a lot of money to some of the people that have $2, $3, $4. It's not to the $12 person, but remember, you're playing at the micro limits. You've got to adjust your bets accordingly. Do you want to call? Do you want to force them out? You got to decide those things. I'm just going to fold this one here. Somebody that comes in now can have a wider range of hands. Queen 10, Queen Jack, all come into play. 9, 10. Ace 9 in early position is not a hand that I would play. If it was suited, I would raise with it and I'd bring it in. I need to be suited to do that there. Suited adds about 3% over unsuited cards, but it's a nice edge to have. It gives you multiple options. There's your button raise against the big stack. He made it 40 cents instead of the normal. The normal pot size bet there would be 25, what you've been seeing me do. This doesn't have a pot size. This True Poker doesn't have that. So it's just like they have a 20 cent, which is really a min raise, and that doesn't really work. Well, that's the second time that guy gave me that. That's nice of him. So 3-4 is a hand that I'll play for nickel, but I don't think I'll do much more with that. If the guy raises, I'll throw that away in a heartbeat. It seems like when he takes more time, he does raise. Either he has a hard time, yeah, see, he has a hard time typing it in or figuring it out. So you got to look for little things around the table. Those are little tells, and people have them. Timing tells. I got great position. I got awful cards. I could raise here and try to win 15 cents, but I don't think it's worth it. I'm just going to let it go. Suited king, not the best. First in, I'll raise, but other than that, I'll throw it away. When I say first in raise, that's because of the position I'm at. So here I got a suited ace. I'm in late position, or fairly late position. If I'm first in, it's definitely going to be a raise situation. Want the button. Now I'm going to be isolated against the big blind. If he comes over the top, I know he's got a good hand because he's out of position. So he come over the top. If he's got any ace, he's got a better ace than me. I'd have to catch 3 clubs. So he can have my quarter, and I'll just give it up in that situation. A blind that bets that's out of position is telling you they have a very strong hand. You got to pay attention to that. I got a suited king here, and it's not worth too much. If I was on the button, I would raise with the suited king. So the position makes a big difference. Ten three is an easy throwaway hand. You notice it goes around the board really fast. There's always, when they say you're playing nine-handed, you're very rarely playing at a nine-handed table. You always have somebody that's not seated or somebody that could be sitting out. So there's always an influx of players, and there's people coming and going. So you're really never playing for any length of time with a full table. So understand that, and it's different than a 10-player table. Then you're playing 9 and 8-handed. Very rarely are you playing the 10-handed. So the range of hands changes with less people, being at the table. Here I threw away the 3-9 like I should in early position. Plus, it's going around so fast because this is a short and they don't give you a lot of time. You're posting blinds. You're posting 15 cents every time it goes around. So if you don't have a win rate that's compensating for the blind play that you're mandatorily obligated to pay, it's going to cost you to sit at these tables, and you're not going to get any traction. That's the second time he came over the top, so he's doing some good stuff there. You have to note what's good, what's bad at the table. There's a min raise in early position, then a re-raise in this position. We don't know what his min raise is. He could actually have a good hand because people don't understand that that's a bad bet. Some people do the min raise so that somebody will attack him and then they come back over the top. Because normally a min raise is a sign of weakness. If he did come back over the top, he would have made it in about 90 cents. If he's got something like Queen King, he might check raise. And if he check raised here, it would be just over $1. He did check raise, but he didn't make it enough. He made it so that this guy stays in. He's saying, I want you to stay in. I think I got you beat. And he does. So he did what I said with the check raise. We just don't know what he really had. We can only speculate at this point. Under the gun raise usually means ace king, ace queen, something really good. At these lower levels, there's going to be people with ace 10 suited and ace jack doing that. King queen suited, king jack suited. So we can't really tell until we uncover some cards, and hopefully it goes to showdown. If he's got two big cards, he can only continuation bet, and it should be 2/3 or more of the pot. He checks instead. It gives the other person a chance to steal. This person should be up around 75 cents. He just goes for half the pot, which is not a smart thing to do. I think you'll get another check here. Nope, he's going to bet it, but I don't think he's got sixes. He's going to win that hand. That guy just believed he had sixes. I don't think somebody with the sixes or under the gun is betting that 40 cents. So as you go up in stakes, you'll find that players interpret and know more meanings of the bet sizes and position and things like that. So you won't get away with certain things you get away with at the lower limits as you do as you go up. Again, I'm putting pressure on the two blinds here. I did get a 4, so I will continuation bet this. And I will put in 55 cents, almost a full pot bet. Against one person, I want him out. He calls. It's not the card I want. I'll take the free card at this point and see if I can't catch a 4 or a 5 on the end. Which I don't. So I would have to assume that he's got the jack or the 7. He does have the jack. When you can't shake somebody, you can't shake somebody. He got jack queen, I have jack queen. I don't think it's that playable in this position against the raise, so I'll throw it away. A good position, but being that I'm facing a raise. You might say, well, Al, you threw away top pair, pretty good kicker. Well, we don't know if he had king jack. We don't know if he had ace jack. We don't know if he had pocket queens, pocket kings, pocket aces. We don't know that. They call jack queen aloha. If you don't play it for a whole year, the money you save, you could afford a trip to Hawaii. Aloha. I don't know if you need extra time to check. See what I mean about people sitting out? Now we're playing 7-handed. Continues to bet the min bet. It's not the way to go. And 10-2 is never the way to go. Although Doyle's won with it twice and won with 10-3 once at the World Series of Poker. Those you that don't know, Daniel Negreanu was knocked out of the November 9. Well, he was knocked out 11. He didn't get to the November 9, but there was a key hand, I think, when he was in 17th place or not. He had ace king, and I believe he 4-bet somebody, and somebody 5-bet him, and he folded his hand. I think, I don't have the facts in front of me right now. I can't check. He had 10 or 12 or $13 million in the pot, so that was a big hit he took, and then he went on to lose the rest of his his stack, and took it like a man, of course, and went about his business. But I sure would have liked to seen somebody like that in the final table. He should call for a dime or raise here. More than likely, he'll call for a dime. I don't expect the fold unless he's playing multi tables and he just doesn't want to get involved with. But for 10 cents in a 50-cent pot, it just seems like the 5-to-1 odds would be attractive to him, and he doesn't come in at all. If anybody happens to view this particular video or any of my videos, please tell others to follow me. They'll get a email alert when I do a live session, live broadcast, but you can always check out some of my recorded broadcasts, and you can come over to the Full Flush site. There's a banner on my page there, and join heartbeatpoker.net and get in on the action on a lot more free rolls that they offer and money added and other special events. They're affiliated with Ace High Radio as well, so they do a radio show. It's a lot of fun. I'm not the affiliate chief. I'm just pimping it out for a friend. Let's put it that way. Now, I like the cards. I don't like my position. I'm facing a min raise. I can't see folding this for any reason. I sure wish there would have been 2 clubs there, especially a 7 of clubs. I think this person is going to bet, but decides not to do anything. This is probably a stealable pot, but I don't know if 41 cents will take it. Sure does. Usually when there's check, 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 first person that bets, if a card comes out like that one, they know they like the 10 the first time. They sure it's not going to like it the second time. You could take the money. Then again, if he'd have bet 30 cents pre-flop, he would have done a lot better, and he could have continuation bet, won the hand. So he lost out. Again, early raise. I'm out of position. They may be cards in the hot zone or the playing zone, Broadway cards, but I'm out of position and I'm probably facing a better hand. Why do I want to get mixed up in that when I only have a nickel to lose? There's another losing hand for you. Don't want to be playing 9-3 unless you have to. I'm going to play 1, 2, well, maybe not, maybe 2, 3, 4 more hands. I'm going to sit out at the big blind, and then I'll continue talking until the delay, because there is a delay in this, and then I'll have the video up for recording. Hopefully some of the listeners will get a nugget out of each video that Twitch helps me record. You can email me at alspath@alspath.com and ask questions. Glad to answer them. And again, I invite you to check out the banners that are on the page and join in some of the fun. And if you're a free roller, join just for the free rolls. You might be able to start building a bankroll watching these videos and winning some money in a free roll. I tried to do a MTT earlier today. I kind of messed up the video recording a couple of times. I had to delete it. Just did a bad job of it. Here, it's an easy fold. And I cut one off really short because I didn't know about the delay. So I apologize to the people that were watching in that. I'll get better. I'm just starting out. This is my first week of doing these. And if you want to go over to my Facebook page, it's Allen, A-L-L-E-N, Spath, with space in the middle. Make a comment about the Twitch broadcast. Spread the word. Good or bad, I can take it. I listened to a lot of folks over at Poker School Online when I was the dean there, so there's a lot of people that are never satisfied with anything. But I want you to be able to take what you can from anybody that's on Twitch that's doing these broadcasts. They don't cost anything for you to see them, so learn as much as you can. Each instructor or poker coach may have a different theory. You have to just pick from the menu as to how you want to be playing poker. Doesn't have to be exactly like me. You'll have to excuse me for this call here.
Call from cell phone MD.
So we're going to have a nice call because if I pick it up, it's going to be a bad situation.
Cell phone MD.
So we'll let it go to voicemail. So we've got an ace-10 here. We're definitely going to bet this. And we pick up another pot, being aggressive. Got a couple more to play here before we end the session. I apologize for the phone coming in. I have no control over that. That's just the price of doing business. This is not a hand that I would play in early position. A lot of you out there might be saying, whoa, that's ace-8. I play that all the time. Well, that might be a leak in your game if you're playing it from early position. Now, if I was in late position, maybe the hijack, but definitely the cutoff or the button, I definitely would raise if I was first in. But I'm not calling anybody with it. Check. If someone checks and your head's up with them, bet. If they check, bet. If they bet and you don't have nothing to fold, it's real easy. Just get in your head. 20 cents wasn't much of a bet, but it's still going to take it down. So many times you can pick up. There's the last hand. We're going to just end this. I always call my last hand my aloha hand, and I'm going to raise with it. Hopefully I don't get re-raised from it. Sitting out next hand. It was going to sit me out at the big blind anyhow. There's no way anybody's going to put me on a 2-4 in this situation. So if they come low, I'm in good shape. If they don't call, I'm fine. That's what you're not looking forward to. That's something I can't call, so they get my quarter. He's on the button. He's got a nice big hand, and he's raised. And I'll just fold it down. That's all you can do. You're caught. That's too much money to spend with a 2-4. Anyhow, this is Al Spath. It's July 15th. This has been over at True Poker. We did a micro limit 5-cent, 10-cent table. And thank you all. I appreciate very much your viewing and passing